So guys, we finally have some really great news on the Model Y Juniper, and it's about to blow all of your minds. After the long, excruciating wait, we are finally going into production with the very first batches rolling out this week. Now, similar to what we had seen with the Model 3 Highlands, they are going to be rolling it out in stages, starting out with China, Europe, and then North America. We started seeing a lot of them shortly after the Pasadena sighting, which also revealed the front bumper camera, where we're seeing it on the Cybertruck and the Robotaxi. If you're really curious about the camera and the final design of the Model Y, and if it's really worth the wait, go check out my previous video. Over there we went over all the little details. I'll drop that in the description below and up top there. Now, so far we've got a pretty good idea of the exterior look of the car with all the recent leaks we've seen in the past few months, but what sets this apart from the Model 3 is the amount of internal changes and improvements coming from the various other models. Tesla is expected to pack all the very best and latest features into this Model Y, making it the most compelling vehicle in their entire lineup and the most competitive SUV sold today. You can expect to see major drivetrain improvements in the dampers and suspensions, efficiency and performance, and the overall comfort of the car. This all comes from the premium lineup such as the Model S and X, and just more recently from the Model 3, which also received all of these great enhancements passed down. But aside from the drivetrain, another major update guaranteed to be coming to the Model Y is the interior design being passed down from its siblings. So we are going to be guaranteed to see things such as a larger display, ambient lighting, rear entertainment, and so much more. And being that the Model Y is the last vehicle in the lineup to be updated, it is still using the old shift paddles and finally going to be updated to the new stockless design. So everything is going to be happening either on the display or on the steering wheel, and it's going to take a little while to adjust if you're coming from another Model Y. So given that we can kind of see and imagine what this car looks like on the exterior and then also the interior thanks to the recent leaks and the production line changes, we can kind of get a general idea of how the final form factor is going to look like. However, there are a few things that make this car just that much more compelling and that much more special, and we only have it on one car at the moment, and that car is the Cybertruck. We are expecting to see the latest innovation of vehicle to grid, vehicle to vehicle, and vehicle to load. The 120 volt outlet will finally make its way onto the Model Y. And not only that, but we are also expecting to see the power trunk fully integrated for the very first time into a mass production vehicle. This has been previewed through their latest update, allowing the front to open automatically when in proximity of your phone. Now, all of that sounds really great, and I'm not going to repeat myself. If you want to know more about that, there is a ton of Model Y Juniper playlist. It is over there. You guys can see all the vehicle to grid stuff and all the exciting components going into this car. But there is one thing we don't know right now, and that is when the car is going to be available. Well, that is going to be happening this week, and literally by tomorrow we are going to get our first production batches coming out of Giga Shanghai. According to recent sources shared on Weibo, Tesla is beginning their first closed-loop production of the Model Y starting on October 22nd. This will reportedly be on a separate line where employees are kept away from each other, no phones and no devices are allowed inside to prevent intentional leaks. This was around the same time and the same procedures were used for the Model 3 Highland when it entered the trial production in late 2023. Now, production will start steadily on only 15 units per day to verify quality and consistency. Then they will slowly ramp up into early and mid-November, and this is when the full production is going to begin. And according to the Tesla community and the recent news, this is only going to be taking place at Giga Shanghai. We are expecting a slight delay in the European production, which we have not seen with the Model 3. Earlier this year, Tesla has begun to allocate specific models to specific regions, and now that tariffs are set all over the world to combat foreign saturation, this means that for the US and for Europe, we will have to wait a little bit longer and could possibly delay the launch around the same time next year as they prepare to ramp up Berlin and Fremont. So yeah, really, in either case, whatever the delay might be, I am super pumped up for this. This means that we are going to be receiving a ton more details in the following days. And be it that we are going to get it late in Europe or in the US, this isn't really a factor because we are going to see the final design, what it's going to look like on the production version in China, and they are just going to improve it from that point on. The best part about all this is no matter how long we wait, we are still going to be getting the Model Y Juniper sooner or later. So for those of you really in the moment to buy and you want one right now, it is Probably not the best idea. I've said it time and time again. I am in it for you guys, and I think the money is just worth it if you wait for the newest one. Regardless of what it comes out to be, you are going to be getting the best features, the ones that sets you up for years to come. So it's better to wait. Now the production is going to begin in literally less than 24 hours. I will be keeping you guys as updated as possible on everything that comes up. Now I know this is going to be against all morals and literally what Tesla is trying to avoid, but we are going to be seeing a ton more leaks coming out, or at least that's what we're hoping for, so this channel can stay active. But really, what can they really do? They can stop cell phones, they can stop recorders, they can stop people from communicating with each other inside of the factory, but they cannot stop words from sharing and floating about. So once those workers come out of the factory line, they are going to be able to piece all the details together, and they're going to communicate on social sites such as Weibo or communication sites such as WeChat, and I am totally on top of that. As soon as I hear anything, I will update you as quickly as possible because I am just as excited as the majority of you guys are. So stay tuned, stick around, hit that subscribe button, that bell notification, so I can keep you as updated as quickly as possible, and follow me on Twitter at HeyJohnE. Over there, you guys will get the latest, and you guys can chat with me anytime. I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. This should be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John once again. Peace out.